Douche. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, why are you bouncing so much? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, no vibration. Hope you can hear me alright. Oh, good now. It's got your message, Spider. Oh, for God's sake. Right. Hello guys, slight correction. Let's see. There you go. That should change in a moment. Boom. Thank you for that, Spider. You know, that's the last pay-per-view I had on there was. Oh my. Woo! Kofi landed on the ropes. And says there are 4 people watching. Yeah, so I started a little later, guys. Fucking was messing me around with bloody. I'll turn that light away. Let's sign in and sumo. How you doing, man? Change the light a little bit because that's a bit too freaking full on. It's so dark here. Shadows everywhere. But at least now you've got the nice Christmassy light. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I'm good. Cheers, man. Got on finished work. Had a few things to do, and then I got myself a drink. Got myself some WWE. Now it's finally let me log it. Trying to log into the network off a console is a freaking nightmare. It's so slow, the typing. Yeah, so we started off with the New Day. Obviously Kofi and Big E. Xavier's out injured at the moment against the Revival, Dasha Wilder. The TLC Tag Team Championship match. Hey, got a gun. How you doing, my man? I think I only watched it 2 minutes and Kofi's already done some crazy stuff. Biggie, whoa. Oh, Biggie just speared somebody through the ropes. It was Dash. Yeah, it was Dash. I was going to do Splatoon Sunday tonight. I've been so busy that I totally forgot the pay-per-view was tonight. I got home and realised. So, how's everybody doing anyway? Ah, fair enough, mate. Yeah, man, just come chill, chat. Kofi's completely dead on the outside. With 50-50 this pay-per-view, there's a couple of matches I'm really looking forward to, and the rest of them I'm just hoping they'll surprise me. But it's fair. TLC used to be something really special. I think they've ruined it a bit by turning it into a pay-per-view where you got lots of TLC matches. It used to be that thing that every so often, if somebody announced a TLC match, it was like, whoa, it was amazing, and now it's just like one of those things. Ah, Crash Team Wrestling. What have you got that on, man? Oh, okay, man. Oh, that sucks. Well, sucks that I missed. I'll check that in a bit. What was you streaming, man? How's he doing? He's got 3 ladders in the ring now. Probably setting some up for Kofi. Really looking myself back, I've got most of the screen as the webcam used to myself being a little box in the corner. Oh, he's into something nasty to the ladder. Oh. What? Oh. Nut shot on the corner. Ah, okay. Ah, shame we got it on the Xbox. And yeah, freaking. I'm playing Sword. Oh. Oh, that did not look friendly. Just a suplex, just like smash both the backs on the ladder. But I'm putting him back on it. Oh. I hate when somebody goes to the ladder because you know that takes freaking force. They can't weaken it or anything because they're freaking smashing all around it first. Ugh. Yeah, we got Pokemon Sword now. I've just got past the first gym, Milo, so I'm on the road now to the second gym. I'm really enjoying it, actually. The new Pokemon they've put in it lately have been much better than what they've had a few generations ago that actually put me off it, so actually look like proper Pokemon. Oh, fucking Kofi, of course, exploding out of nowhere. That was going to get a shatter machine all the way from the top. Which would be fun to watch. Oh, trapped him in the ladder, okay. Oh, what's it freaking called? The water one. Can't remember his name. I've still got to learn all the new ones. Yeah, pick the water one. So mostly I'm using the second stage of that and Vulpix as my 2 main ones. Because I think I'm still drawn to Generation 1 because they're my favourite ones. Well, what's left of them. So I reckon eventually they're going to make a game like Pokemon Ultimate or something. Sort of like they did with Smash Bros, where it'll be a version of Pokemon where they'll put all the Pokemon in from the different series. Oh! They just tried to do a spot where Kofi knocked him off the ladder to go through the other ladder that was long ways. But he didn't hit it proper. He came down and he only hit his head on it. You can tell as a referee and a doctor checking on him. He smashed his head like he obviously was supposed to land on his back. New Day takes it and retains. How? That's a horrible spot. Just gonna feel that one later. problem is I can't have it too loud either, because it picks up too much freaking audio. The bloody, I'll get done for it. Wow, my freaking edit, she didn't see him do that. You know, I was lucky to split his head wide open. King Corbin. People hate him so much. Sobel, that's it. Yeah, man. It's a really good Pokemon, especially once you got Water Gun. Like, annihilated most from Water Gun. That leveled up quite quickly, to be fair. I was quite impressed. Chairs. Just shooting to sharing. Short head. Sorry. Got fucking a patch like X on my freaking leg. It itches really badly at times. But yeah. I got it. I mean, the Ascension, they were doing nothing with them whatsoever. So it made sense that they got rid of them. Obviously Luke Harper, I was sad to see him go because I like him, but they weren't using him properly. He's an amazing talent. Especially when he wrestled as Brody. He was, you know, fucking absolutely great talent. Then they're wasting him. I'm hoping he goes to AEW and they let him use the Brody gimmick. So if they let him use the Brody gimmick in AEW, then it'll be sorted completely. So yeah. So I was have to do a couple of things to the laptops to make it bounce around a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh yeah, and I'll try to remember his freaking name now. Yeah, Sin Cara, he asked for his release ages ago, so it just made sense to get rid of him, especially the reasoning they've given behind it as well, about the fact that they got rid of a lot of this talent because they wanted to make room for being able to pay mid-cards, etc. You know, that actually they need to be paying them to stay in the business and so they can develop them. Buddy Murphy. So, what do you think with it anyway, of the releases? Saying there might be even more on the way. Yo, Gizzle Biz. Yeah, I'm good, bro. How you doing? Good to see you on. Chilling with a little bit of WWE tonight instead. Catch myself up. So I like Buddy Murphy. I think he's a great talent. Great talent. Yeah, me too, man. Should have made something to eat before the pay-per-view started. But didn't have time. There won't be a break now. Yeah. I still don't understand the hype behind Aleister Black. It feels like one of those talents that they had all the opportunity in the world to do absolutely something amazing with him, and they just haven't done it. I mean, the intro is kind of cool, but... Oh, cheers, man, yeah. Yeah, he's going to do a Christmas jumper, do it right. I'd be wearing my Christmas hat as well, but I'd just get too warm and it'd make me sleepy at the moment. Yeah, I've had this one for a few years now. Not really big on Christmas jumpers and that, but this one had to be done. Classic Sonic. It's the only way to go. That's cool. Buddy Murphy sat cross-legged in the middle of the ring, and as the Black flipped over the top rope and landed in a cross-legged position right in front of him. That was a well cool look. Yeah, it's true. It's like he was called up to the main roster because he was popular, but they had no idea what to do with him. But it's the first actual proper match I know of freaking Aleister Black actually having that meant something. I'm glad that they've actually given Buddy Murphy some momentum to lead into this feud. I hope they freaking keep it going, because he should do. And yeah, Giggle, exactly. Freaking, I got so many different gaming shirts and all stuff like that. See, I got a few band shirts and mostly gaming shirts for everything. So half my hoodies are Fallout hoodies and stuff like that as well. So it's a good game of psychology so far. Yeah. Yeah, it's very rare talent gets brought from NXT, gets used. It's just because Triple H and Regal use them so well. They've got so many great trainers in NXT, and then they move it to the main roster and they're put under control like Vince and all these shitty writers. They just don't know what to do with them. It's slow. It's actually quite a good match. Matching each other up. It's cool. It's like old school wrestling. This is. I'll pop that kick. Oh, I'll grab my glasses in a bit. Yeah, just exchanging freaking kicks to the chest and head. Well, that's not my tooth there. Come on. Ground kick. Ooh. Oh, caught the run knee. Oh. Okay. Busted his nose. Get out. Come get. It is a well balanced. It is two freaking guys that. I'm glad somebody had the common sense to match these two up. That's a good shot. Yes. Thanks. God, that's Murphy just kicking Black square in the face. That's how you wear someone down. Oh, big. You do. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was a bit of a cock up there in reverse DDT, but Spider. Yeah, I said Buddy's fucking cracked his nose, hasn't he? I think that was a bit of a cock up. That was supposed to be like a dragon sleep or a reverse DDT there, but it didn't quite go to plan. So you watch it at the same time, are you, Spider? He fucking cracked his nose good and proper on that freaking post. I'd love it if Buddy won, but we know what. Oh! I'm glad that they haven't just made this a match of Black. Just. Hey, thank you, Ataku. How you doing, my friend? I'll say I'm glad it's not just Aleister Black just annihilating Buddy Murphy to get him over. Has he got? Is he gonna put Aleister Black's jacket on? Oh, let him put it on. I want to see what it looks like. Oh, he just threw the freaking jacket at Aleister Black that he wears to the ring and freaking hit the commentator instead. Thank you, Otaku, you legend. I appreciate the support, my man. And yeah, Spy, that's exactly what I was worried about. I was like, oh, I don't like he tried to at the beginning, just started off with the mask kick. I thought it was going to be a one and done. I was like, oh. No, I'm glad they've turned it into a proper freaking match like it should be in two talents like this. The referee's got his blue gloves on because freaking all the blood. He's doing this as well. It makes it, when Black wins, it makes it worth it more. He's overcome the odds, not just taking him on so he looks good. Yeah, that nose is definitely that. You saw it when he hit that. Well, when he hit that turnbuckle, you saw him spit the blood up in the air, freaking straight on impact. Then when he came down the stairs, you just sort of started running. Shining Wizard. That's something you don't see much these days. Oh, fucking hell. Buddy Murphy should not be able to move the way he does for his size. And here it comes. Oh, he had to move to make that moonsault work. He didn't go far enough. Yeah, man. I'm starting to think, actually, to be honest, looking at it, that I think Triple H might have had a bit more input on this, or one of those guys. And let them think. Triple H helps organise pay-per-view matches. You can normally tell the matches he's involved with, because he gives so much more support and lets the wrestlers do so much more than like the main Raw matches and stuff, where they lock them in and make them do certain things. It's like, oh, bye Murphy. Those turnbuckles are really trippy. It makes them look like a different shape because of the design on them. Yeah, Triple H knows what wrestling's all about. Always has. So you just look at NXT. He got given total control over it, and it absolutely exploded. So much so that now it's considered, you know, as big as Raw or SmackDown. So never would have reached that height without him. So, I was going to say bingo for Black or bingo on what I said. Okay, this is a well good match. I was looking forward to this match, I said earlier in the stream, but this is really good. It really bugs me the fact that some of Aleister Black's tattoos just seem so random. Oh, Black's getting angry. Alright, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Triple H made NXT. They could have hired all those same people. The way they were writing it and all that, it would not have worked. The way Triple H just trained them and developed them and let them... It's like, basically, it's indie wrestling, but with a spotlight on it. That's why it's so good, because indie wrestling is so freeform. The wrestlers are able to use the full extent of their talent. The only thing I don't get in NXT is Keith Lee. He's a decent star in that, but I don't get all the hype. I don't think Keith Lee's as amazing as they freaking make him out to be. Yeah, man, freaking out. Kick. Oh, kick his face off. Oh, freaking hell. I fucking love Buddy Murphy's wrestling. I randomly caught a match of his about a year ago, and ever since then I've just been amored at how freaking talented he is. See him start actually wrestling on Raw and that is like so freaking brilliant. Fucking kicks in the power like savage. But in a proper story, Black's getting beaten down, so when he does win, it's going to be him overcoming the odds. Here's the thing though, funny. Can you imagine these two as a tag team? That'd be freaking awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've only really started watching NXT properly recently. I'm afraid. Now, Lee seems alright, but it's alright to be good on the mic and have a good personality in that, but I find if you can't... Jesus. That's a brainbuster. But I find if you can't, like, hold it in the ring as well, it's just... For me, I think it's because I'm an old school wrestling fan. You got to be able to back it up with what you can do in the ring. When you look like The Rock, Austin, Taker, could always do it on the mic, but could always follow it up in the ring. And then, of course, there's like Jericho, who I think is like one of the greatest of all time, easily. Ah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I can see them two putting on quite a show. Quite a jump, rock, roll, and bounce kind of show. So I get that freaking Keith Lee moves well for a guy of his size, definitely, but I think part of me likes an older style wrestling anyway. It has to be like these two, like they're doing some of the what I call traditional indie style wrestling and that, but they just do it so well. Just can't not be entertained by it. So Jesus Christ. Ah, there it is. Ah. Oh no, that was a wild cool finishing combo. That is one of the best wrestling matches I've seen in so long. That was fucking awesome. That's the match of the year candidate. It's gotta be. They were allowed to just do their thing. You know what? If it led it to a WrestleMania freaking rematch, I'd be just... I'd be more than happy to watch that as a WrestleMania match again. NXT. Ah, that's cool. I'll explain NXT. See, Ricochet's another one, me. Ricochet's a great talent, but he just doesn't hold my interest. Because I find he's like really predictable after a while. I can kind of literally guess what he's going to do for the next like 3 or 4 moves. I think fucking the next question is going to be asked is, can I sit down and rub my jaw better? Yeah, man, they're fucking brilliant. They could do like what Cesaro and Sheamus did, when they did a best of 7. All their matches were freaking great. Yeah, man. Here's somebody who's got Under the Giant shirt on. Thank God Rusev's grown his goatee back. That freaking mustache looked ridiculous. I wish he'd grow his full beard back though. No alimony. Yay. I freaking love Rusev. Rusev Mashka. Yes. Always beards for the win. Beards do magical things. Happy Rusev Day! Yay, Rusev Day! Oh, brilliant. Every day is Rusev Day! Oh, I really don't need silly adverts for WWE. I'm already watching it. You don't need to advertise the fact the Royal Rumble's coming. I know the Royal Rumble's coming. And it's going to be awesome. 26th of January. That'll be on this channel. Oh, cool, yeah. Yes. Got my cool. Back to my cool Christmas lights. And yes, it is. It's 7 minutes to 1. Oh man, I'm still staying up late anyway. At times, I know it is tiring sometimes staying up late to get stuff done, but I also want to try and stay consistent on my channel. Plus, we look at now as well, man. I think my live streams do alright steady with the same people, but I'm going to go back into having launching a series of videos throughout the week as well. So I might put the schedule in for the live streams to stick to, but then be putting videos on whenever I can for the channel as well. Try and grow my database a bit. They're just replaying Kevin Owens hunting down at AOP and discovering that Seth Rollins has turned heel. Yes, top 10s will definitely be a thing. I'm going to be trying to get as many top 10s now done as I can. I want to try and get 1 or 2 top 10s a week out, so... Yeah, no, I think that's what they're going for, like... I think they're trying to go for... Like, it's not the Shield. It's more like Rollins when he had J&J Security. But... it's going to be like... Oops. Yeah, whack my glasses on. My eyes are getting tired. Yeah. So it's going to be like Seth with the AOP. So like, he's got... not even like bodyguards, he's got like goons that can really do some damage compared to J&J that got beaten up by everybody. But it's time. The Viking Raiders. I'll tell you what, these guys won me over. I really wasn't a big fan of the Viking Raiders when they came up to Raw, but after watching them for a while, you think me of all people would be straight on a team called the Viking Raiders. But as they've gotten better and developed, I've really grown to like actually like them. What the f... They got 4 random fans that are sat ringside eating KFC because they're sponsored by KFC with some gravy, mashed potato. God, they've got so much gravy. Join the raid. I do want their shirts. Their shirts are awesome. Yeah, Viking Raiders doing the open challenge. Oh god, I was already hungry. Yeah, I got a feeling it's going to be either the Usos or the OC. Oh my god, that's such a tea now. These guys have been champions all over the world though. I watched some of their Japan stuff, it was amazing. You know, one of them can't seem to throw a belt over his shoulder properly, it's the horns keep getting in the way. Go. I think the OC, because they won the best tag team in the world thing. There you go. The OC. So yeah, I fucking called that weeks ago. And the moment they said it was an open challenge, I could have said it would be them. It's the only people, like the only team that's ever beaten them in anything. Nice dream. The fuck has Gallows got on his face? It's like a mixture between Nightwing, Batman, a really bad freaking LOD thing going on. I love that chess piece he's got. It's a freaking awesome piece of tat. This best in the World Cup thing is so freaking lame. Ah, you're saying goodnight to the stream. Alright, baby, I'll see you in a bit. I love you. I didn't come to accept the fucking match. I get a feeling that trophy's going to end up being broken over someone's head. This fight made me think of Spider when you put on my character for YTW with the face paint bits and that. It made me think of the Viking Raiders. I freaking loved it. Watching it whilst like watching the show whilst I was cooking dinner. Which is funny because I normally when I'm cooking dinner I watch wrestling videos. And I've been watching your wrestling videos now. Power. Oh, what's that? Chuck him over your head. Yeah, man. I freaking loved it. I saw it and I went to the living room and I showed it to Carrie. I was like, here, look. No, just like with this, it was an open challenge to make my debut. I actually said to I said to my missus, I was like, oh, fucking. I said, you've done a better job of creating a character for me on WWE 2K. I said, than I actually did of making my own character for myself. Yeah, I remember you saying for Kagan. I'm sure Spider won't mind you taking some influence. There's a big difference between taking influence from somebody and just knocking them off. Face paint's already wearing off. Yeah, you're not big enough to do that, mate. And it said fucking difference between bloody. I fucking move. How did you beat somebody else? Squashed them with my tag team partner. So I ever do that. If I get into WWE, I'll join the Viking Raiders. We'll take on the New Day. Fine. You cheating bastard. Eh, for gosh. I could do the Viking Raid. Yeah, Spice, what you got to do, man. YWF. Ah. I was going to say I had a Federation versus Association. ET offer ratings. How you doing, Fukash? Yeah, that'd be cool, man. I did almost get 2K20, but I don't know, because I know there's been so many issues with it. I mean, Spider put a video out the other day with some freaking hilarious freaking mistakes on it. I know it's been like, the game's been glitchy as hell. I don't mind a bit of glitching, but when it's like game breaking and stuff, it does put me off. That's cool, Fukas. Thanks for joining, man. It's always good to hear from you. Yeah, sorry, I don't know if you keep jigging my leg every so often, freaking, but my foot's against the table that I've got the laptop on, so it shakes everything. We shouldn't have done that, so I'll start flattering angle. You see where I'm getting thinner on the freaking top, so I normally shave my head. Yeah, I've heard there's a lot of people crashes out. I don't think Morrison will, because they're still discussing his contract terms at the moment, so I don't think they've got that suddenly sorted in a week, so I think it's going to be a Royal Rumble deal. Like in the 20s. It's going to be one of those, you know, in the midst of everything, and then when it comes on, you'll get those. It's a real deal. Just hoping, though, in a way, if they bring him like back, they change his character. Because his character that he left with was just, there was nothing special about it. It was just sort of like, oh look, he can jump from the apron to the outside now. And it's like, well, yeah, Kofi does that. I wanted to come back as like someone. I'd say I would like it actually as a really big twist. Is if he came back as a heel. If he came back and just attacked a load of people and was just like, well, I left before and nobody even bothered to see if I was alright or anything, so I've come back to freaking, you know, show you all that I'm still the best, and just like he was for a little while just in the Miz, just be the biggest prick he could be. He's a good like popping face, but he makes a really good heel when he's given the chance. Just they didn't show much of that in WWE. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, the tune is definitely all. Oh. God. You'll see that as well. When you watch the Viking Raiders, you can. Jesus Christ, you should not be able to move like that. That's wrong. He just did a Shawn Michaels move, and the guy's like twice the size of him. Yeah, it's like that's that. I mean, in Lucha Underground, he was allowed to be himself. He didn't have that WWE restraint, and he had that stint where he was like a heel in Lucha Underground, and he was allowed to just be the smarmy dick to everybody, and it worked brilliantly. I think, yeah, that's what they need to get back to, that is. Using talents like Morrison properly. Apart from the fact that freaking Big Guy was in the wrong place there. Freaking like 300-pound guy just did a freaking handstand springboard off the freaking ropes into a double elbow. The hell. That's cool, Spider. I can imagine him being like that. He just seemed like a pretty chill dude. And yeah, exactly. WWE, they restrain their guys too much to try and make them the WWE way. No. I'm going to move his back slightly so I'm not whacking the table every time I move my legs. Okay, now. This double count out. Hold on, that shouldn't have been a count out. He jumped out the ring. It should have restarted the timer. That's a load of crap. What? I know I've said that. Vince won't quit. He just needs to just die. I'll be sad when Vince dies, but he needs to know that it's time for him to step away from the product and let the next generation take over. Don't ruin the KFC. That's it. Save your buckets. I love the dude. The dude's like running away, scared. Obviously, so set the spot up. But he's still like eating his chicken as he's fucking running in fear. Oh, Foley would be amazing. I'd love to meet Mick Foley. He's just such a down to the earth dude. No, you're wasting the KFC food. What are you doing? Like the ultimate heel move. Oh, fuck. This is a sick powerbomb. I love this. Boosh. Oh, why waste the KFC? At least they saved the chicken. Shit, I could use some. Yeah, exactly. Not the KFC, and I could use some KFC too. Oh, that's Wild Sweet Cat again. I'd love to get someone like that. Foley is legend. The WWE superstar I've ever briefly met. By I mean briefly met. He stopped and said hello, and I was able to shake his hand outside, and that was Billy Gunn. And I don't until you meet Billy Gunn, you don't realise how stupidly big that bloke is. Oh right, yeah. It's a good job, freaking. That's a cool goat. It's a good job Foley's as talented as they freaking had, otherwise TNA would have eaten him. He was a great talent in a terrible company. Billy Gunn is just a monster. I want to see how this works. The Miz fighting Bray Wyatt. It's not the Fiend, it's Bray Wyatt. So what's going to come in there? The puppet's going to be in it. Is the Fiend going to be in it? People have wigged out because they freaking the whole scene they did with the scene they did with the freaking Wyatt's attack on the Miz's family, improving this kid. It was so smartly done. Yeah, Austin Aries, God, I'm so glad they got rid of him. I don't know why they pumped him up in the first place. He's just like, you can tell it's not even his character. You see him in interviews and that, and he's just a knob. Oh, pumping up AOP and Seth Rollins. So what's going to be their terrible, terrible name? Like people said, it's going to be Architects of Pain. Yeah, freaking It was really messed up, to be fair. I've got daughters, and I just thought, Jesus Christ, I'd be on murder mode if somebody did that to them. Yeah, like White Born, but, you know, The Miz has got a personality. Freaking Orton's like a fucking... It's like trying to wrestle a dead fucking mackerel. Ah, cool. So after this, we're going to have Austin's new podcast as Broken Skull Sessions with Goldberg on. Nice. He's a freaking hate Orton. Orton was so talented and so good once. And now I get protecting himself and trying not to get any long-term injuries, and now I totally understand that. That's a sensible way to go about it. But it's just become so boring as a side effect. The matches are just like they grind to a stop, and it's just, oh. It's like we said in the last pay-per-view, what a Hell in a Cell. The Orton match, we were literally like, so this is a segment where we go and get something to eat and have a kick for 5 minutes, and Randy Orton needs to sort himself out or stop wrestling full time. What's the next one? Get Corbin versus Roman Reigns, where the highlight is that he covered him in dog food. I'd rather watch Corbin wrestle than Roman Reigns. Yeah, the RKO is still cool. I don't know where. Yeah. Thing is though, they said like he's not happy with WWE. His contract just came to an end. He just signed another 5-year deal. And if he's just doing it because of the money instead, then even more fool on him that he should take up. He should just get himself signed in as a legend and take a Legends contract. Oh, it's just Roman Reigns is another one for me. Reigns just bores me so much. Roman Reigns worked as a member of the Shield. He was the powerhouse of the Shield. He was a piece of the puzzle. Ambrose was the lunatic. Rollins was the planner. And Reigns was the powerhouse that fought out of it. By himself, I think he's just crap. He's like a Goldberg was. He's a two-trick pony. It's outside of Superman punch and spear. He's got nothing entertaining to offer. And yeah, I like Corbin. I liked Corbin before. And now I think he won't really stay on this King Corbin thing. So we brought him back. He's actually a proper... He's almost so bland a character, it makes him a great heel. Like, you want to see him get his ass kicked because he's such a prick. I've still seen Taker's podcast, actually. So I don't just want it in the background. When I can sit and really watch it is when I'm going to watch it properly. Yeah, he's a proper freaking heel through and through. And yes, I'm really interested in seeing what happens when Sheamus comes back. I freaking love Sheamus. Such a good... I'm so glad he recovered from his accident. He's like freaking... When he had that injury and they said he might have to quit. That's well good. Lovers and chairs match. I miss Lillian Garcia. Yeah, man. These are, they said, Big Show was talking about Sheamus in an interview he did about a month ago, and he was saying like Sheamus is like so ridiculously hardcore. Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be a sort of injury. You can't do sports again afterwards. But he was in such amazing shape and he's such a tough bastard. I don't know. I think it depends how they go about. I think if they made Sheamus a heel who could win the title and only wrestle at like pay-per-views, doesn't do house shows, doesn't do like sort of like a Brock Lesnar deal, but with more pay-per-view appearances, I think it'd be a good. They can make him champion again. I know Triple H is more. He's got more input now, and Triple H likes Sheamus. He's always said he thinks Sheamus is far from done. So it's like people get so heated about Brock Lesnar, and then they get so angry when he does turn up. They're like, "Oh, he only turns up now and again," and blah 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 blah. It's like Lesnar's supposed to be a heel. In fact, you're getting so angry about what he does, just shows the genius behind what he does. Lesnar is like the best kind of asshole. I freaking love Lesnar. He's legitimate. You can look at him and be like, people will get in the ring with Lesnar and he will absolutely kill them. And you can believe for real that he would kill them. Exactly. He's literally UFC brought to the WWE ring, and he can be a wrestler or a UFC fighter and he can kill you. And he looks the part as well. It's like Cain Velasquez turned up with his super saggy dad bod. So, like, yeah, we know he's a UFC fighter and he can fight, but he just doesn't look the part for the showman. But yeah. Oh, 'tis the season, I'm going to munch on a mince pie. There appears to be some mince pies missing. A mince pie. Yeah, exactly. You can pretend to be a tough guy in WWE. Brock Lesnar is a tough guy. No pretending. And Cain Velasquez was a freaking joke. Oh. I mean, you look at like Brock Lesnar versus AJ at Clash of Champions the other year. That was an amazing match. Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan again. That was a great match. Lesnar can freaking go. But they don't give people him they can work with like that. Yeah, I get that, but I think the downside of it is that I think Lesnar without the title, it's very hard to write a story around it. How's it picking, is it? I'll knock it down to one outside that and kiss my ass. To be fair, I think if it was going to capture it and do it, I'd have been caught by now. That time when it thought that I'd done it on a live stream before showing it, it caught me in about 5 minutes to shut my stream down. Oh, Lesnar and Angle was something else altogether. Yeah, fuck WWE. I like watching it, but their policies can kiss my ass. I'm not showing it. I pay for my network. Exactly like when Rollins originally won the title back. It was amazing. I mean, the match itself was a bit... I personally think Rollins has lost his touch. He's become trapped in that same... relying on the... He's the WWE guy now. Hits all his high spots. And then there's a curb stomp and he's done. And Lesnar lasted... Oh. When Lesnar first came back and killed Cena at SummerSlam back in 2012. Oh mate, that freaking was so fun to watch. And yeah, Rollins cashing into the main event. That's one of my favourite wrestling moments. It did it just so well. Just that whole who's gonna win, blah blah. And then it came with Roland's music. It was just like, no way. We made it a triple threat match as well. That's what made it special. But I don't have a field Lesnar and Lashley. I find Lashley really boring. I've seen Lashley allowed to wrestle on his own. I watched him do some independent matches and some TNA stuff, and I still find him really boring. Yeah, man, I said, yeah, cashed in against Reigns, and it was literally like, oh my god, Reigns and Lesnar, this match is so boring, because Reigns is so freaking boring and won't do anything. And Rollins just came out and saved that main event. I literally think his cash-in saved that WrestleMania. Deep six! Oh, I freaking love that move. Deep six with a double spin. Oh yeah, freaking hell. WrestleMania 31, Les did such a good job. Even Taker said that. That he just showed how brilliant Lesnar had become. Yeah. I think Lesnar and Lashley in an MMA match, I think Lesnar would just destroy him. Like, Lashley's got power and it was amateur background, but Lesnar's got so much wrestling experience. Yeah, man, freaking. When the Hardy Boys come back, I exploded. I'm marked out so badly. No, it wasn't streaming then, was we? Yeah, me and Carrie watched it, and I popped out of my chair. The only two things at WrestleMania that made me pop out of my chair in the last few years was the Hardy Boys returning and Kofi Kingston winning the WWE title. Because I literally didn't believe it until the last moment that he was actually going to win it. Yeah. I mean, if I was going to reenact it, I think my literal reaction to Lesnar getting the 3 count on Taker was I literally just went. I was waiting for him to restart the match or go, and then when they did the whole celebration, I remember I just literally sat there like that, probably for like the next like 20 minutes. I was just like, I didn't know how to freaking respond to it. I think I was almost as bad as I think the black bloke in the audience that was like, I think the eyes noise came out of his head. Oh, and Taker squash Cena. I just laughed. I hate Cena. I appreciate the fact he's a good talent. I mean, he's a great talent. He's a great showman, but he just does not entertain me at all. Yeah, I've seen some of the places when the Hardy Boys return go mental. Yeah, exactly. It's like Kofi shit. And then something the next day was talking shit about fucking how WWE's still so racist and all that. I'm like, they've just put their top title on the little black bloke. Shut up. And hello, Z-Bubble. How are you? Thanks for joining the stream. AJ Styles, simply put, is one of the best wrestlers ever. He's in the top 5 of all time, easy. I absolutely erupted when he made his debut at the Rumble. I don't know if AJ's on the card though. I mean, I hope that he should. They still haven't confirmed like if there's going to be a title match. If so, it should be him versus Ray in the rematch. But yeah, but that's the thing. Like Cena, he's great, but he bored me. All that, but when you put people in the ring with AJ Styles And he is that much of a master. I mean, I'm hoping they freaking put AJ on the show tonight. But he, like, anyone AJ faces, he makes look good. Yeah, he made Cena look amazing when he faced him. That match he had with Lesnar made him look absolutely amazing. Oh, I've hit the controller. Yeah, he just, like, I'd say when AJ faced off against Jinder Mahal, he made Jinder Mahal look like a Class A worker. Well, I thought I'd bomb back a little bit, but I hadn't. Yeah, I think AJ is one of the greatest of all times. I would like, there was one person I will put above AJ as the greatest of all time for all-round performance, and literally only one. And yeah, exactly, Spider. AJ just makes everyone look good because he's just so freaking talented. It's almost not fair on some of the other guys how talented he is. He's yeah, Z-Bubble, he's not been confirmed. They didn't put him on the card, but they have said there may be a US title match that's not on the official card. So it might be he's added in to the card, but he has been signed up for the fact that he's having a match with Randy Orton on Raw. So WWE still have got it written down as a possible match for TLC. Because they're trying some new system about surprise matches. And oh, bloody hell. And yeah, for greatest of all time, Jericho. I honestly believe Chris Jericho has finally reached that point where he's proven himself to be the best. I mean, I absolutely love Shawn Michaels. I grew up as a fan of Ric Flair because I'm old enough to, like, you know, remember some of his stuff back when he was full whack. Flair was the greatest, like, on the mic, showman round. Bret Hart was probably the greatest technician of old school wrestling technicians. Shawn Michaels was the ring general. I mean, the ring, in the ring, I don't think anyone outmaneuvered Shawn Michaels, but Jericho is the whole package to me. Mic, ring, backstage, anything. Jericho can nail it. Kenny Omega, I think, is one of the greatest of all time as well. I'm not a massive fan of him, but I can acknowledge that he is amazing. I could watch Kenny Omega any time. I'm not a fan of him. That's how good he was. I know Benoit was one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time. Okay, I've got to stop doing that same thing. Yeah, he was one of the greatest technical wrestlers you could get. But I think Benoit was also, even in WCW now, Benoit for me was very predictable, and I don't like predictable wrestlers. But that's why I hate Cena so much. Because I actually did it to a point where I said to somebody, I can tell you every move that he's going to do before he does it. And I actually did. I literally, for a 20-minute match, I think it was at SummerSlam, and I literally was able to tell. Oh, yeah, sorry, I caught a table there before. I was literally able to say every single move he had. And I'll admit as well, I'm biased as well with Benoit because of what he did at the end of his life. I know people say that doesn't take away how much talent he had and how great a wrestler he was, but I'm old school stubborn. I refuse to compliment somebody properly that did something like that. Screw them. And the only person I would say is one of the greatest of all time that doesn't get Acknowledged it. Well, literally, you've just nailed it, Spider. I was going to say William Regal. Most underrated wrestler of all time. People say about Regal was great and this, that, and the other, but Regal was one of the best ever in a ring, and he does not get any of the because of the problems he had with painkillers and alcohol. He doesn't get any of the respect he deserves as just being one of the best ever. And yeah, freaking yes, I've seen that documentary, that freaking Life of the Wolverine documentary they want to do. For me, I won't watch it. I'll be honest with you. Part of my bias comes from as well. I've got kids, and the idea of somebody hurting my kids, especially the idea of me or my missus being the one that would hurt our kids, it just freaking. I remember I didn't even have kids when that thing with Benoit happened, and it put me in such a rage to even hear the story. It always gets me. The paper, we have a table for our newspapers, right, at work, and it's just like one of those wrestling tables, and I constantly want to pick somebody up and slam them through it. Corbin just whacked Corbin with whacked Roman Reigns with a can of dog food. Now he's going to put it through a table that he just brought in. Oh, I'd love it if Corbin won, but he won't. And yeah, Regal with that Goldberg, I still believe to this day that Regal went out there and fought Goldberg because he was told. I think he was told to wrestle Goldberg, so when Goldberg overcame it, it would make him look even better in their eyes. That Goldberg could take on a great technician and still win. And Goldberg was just crap. He couldn't keep up, so he had no wrestling pedigree whatsoever, and it made him look like a bitch. And speaking of bitches, Hardcore Holly is also a bitch. He was a great wrestler, but he thought way too much of himself and tried to act like it. And the fact that he was talented got completely overlooked by the fact that he was just a grade A dickhead. I'm very opinionated with certain wrestlers. Hardcore Holly is one of them. Like Crash Holly was an amazing talent that got way overlooked because Hardcore Holly played politics backstage. It's like you're stitching your own family over. Don't remember right to censor Stephen Richards, of course I do. Stephen Richards, Ivory, Bull Buchanan, that's some great talents in that freaking stable. And then I couldn't stand was a freaking theme tune. Oh, I made me want to kill myself. Steve Richards is one of the best lightweights ever. Another really underrated star. Oh yes, the famous powerbomb. Tried to sandbag him because Lesnar wouldn't show respect and he just squashed him on his head. That was it. The Good Father, Bull Buchanan, Stephen Richards, Ivory, and they had somebody else join them, but only for like a week. When they first got together, yeah. And that scene where the Dudley Boys pretended that they were joining them. And if tables are wrong, and women are wrong, of course, screw you. I think Samoa dropped to the table. But yeah, was it? It's like, if women are wrong, and tables are wrong, then I just want to be wrong. Oh, that's it. Molly Holly joined them for a bit. Thank you. But Molly Holly's best incarnation of any character, for her generation is Molly. Just because she had the Hurricane. Freaking Shane Helms. Freaking one of those wrestlers that was talented and did his bit, but was just so funny. It just made the whole thing work. Oh, stop crying, Roman. You're the one that did it. But yeah. Used to call her Hurricane. What's up with that? Alright. Edge was definitely amazing. I don't know. I think Edge was great as a rated R superstar. He's literally like one of my favourites. But I think there are a lot of guys that's overall package are above him in the whole greatest of all time. Oh, Roman's going to do a full ring run. Oh, Dolph Ziggler out of nowhere. Oh, wearing a Bobby Roode shirt as well. Oh, I freaking love Ziggler. And yeah, Edge and Cena was a freaking feud and a half. What a Superman. Oh, super kick. Superman kick. Super kick. Shut up. That's it. Throw around the ring announcers. So, Corbin threw one of the ringman round. And now freaking Ziggler's just kicking his ass. Cool. Yeah, Edge versus Matt at cage match was good. Fucking hell, just beating the crap out of each other for half of it. just picked up this random bloke from the tech crew and they're just beating the crap out of him. Like, just full on beating the living crap out of him. Oh, the handcuffs come out. Yeah, oh yeah. Cena's dad being punted with something else. Oh, don't do this, because they're going to do this whole... They're going to pour dog food on this tech guy that's just beaten up. And handcuff him up, and it's just giving Reigns time to recover. There you go, double drive-by. Oh, why does fucking Reigns stuff have to be so predictable? Rated RKO was awesome. I just wish they'd have had... It's a shame that Triple H got injured when he did. That would have been a freaking great thing. And yeah, Edge was a great worker. He lived and breathed wrestling. That's the difference. Like, do you remember after he retired when... Edge came back to have a go at Cena to make him smarten up before he fought Lesnar? I freaking love that. Oh, no. HBK was naturally talented and trained a lot. Jericho is just somebody that just will not stop training. Shawn Michaels reached a certain point where he was great and he knew it and he lived off it. Jericho just still keeps... Even now he's trying to improve himself. I mean, the guy got the word "it" over. Oh, here comes a revival. Okay. Subway Mania. Nope, but I'll have to check that out at some point. And Edge is waiting to find out if he'll be cleared. The latest he had is they said his last thing was he got cleared that he could take part in athletic sports, which was the first check, and then they were saying about... And then it was that they're waiting to find out if he's next cleared, but they're still worried about the pressure on his spine and the pressure on his brain itself from where his neck was damaged before. So they're waiting to find out if he could, because they said if the brain one especially was too much of an issue, that then he wouldn't be cleared to be in a WWE ring. So... In short, he's been cleared to wrestle for the outside stuff, but WWE's a lot more strict about it. Oh yeah, I'll have to have a look at that then. So, no, Sheamus's was mostly based around his spine and the image and the transmission of information through his spine, and the fact they were worried about it was going to actually rupture the... Oh! Fucking hell! Ziggler just used it's like dived with a steel chair over Reigns' face. That was brilliant. Oh, I freaking love Ziggler so much. but yeah, freaking. So it's clear that he can take bumps and stuff. Edge can, but Sheamus' injury run down his spine. It was about the signal transmission, whereas Edge's was all around his neck and the actual pressure the neck damage can do to the brain stem. That's why he was told, like, Shadow Machine. That was really poor. But that's why he was told straight up, you need to just stop now. Not do recovery or protection stuff. You need to stop now because you can literally kill yourself. Or he was told he could turn himself into a vegetable. So, but you know, touch wood, and luckily he's end of days on a chair. But luckily, you know, he was able to recover from it with the best treatment. Yeah, Corbin won. Hooray! I take back what I said about it being predictable. Hyperbolic chamber. The hyperbolic time chamber. But yeah, they said Brian had like the same injury, that's why. But his wasn't as severe as Edge's, but it was still severe enough that they said you need to stop. But Brian's was more, he was told he could have a type of therapy that would allow him to wrestle part-time, but he couldn't dive into it. But his wife convinced him that until he could actually say he was 100% cleared to wrestle all the time, that she didn't want him doing it, and he agreed with her. And Paige has the same injury. Paige got the same injury on her upper spine, actually, that Steve Austin got when he did his neck the second time. But because Steve Austin was built like a fucking house, his body could withstand the treatment and the surgery on it, so he was able to recover and change his style of wrestling, etc. even more so. Whereas with Paige, they just said it was just too much pressure on her body. She could have the surgery to have the full fix, but she'd have to have a fusion done as well, which would lower the mobility in her neck, which would fuck her for the rest of her life pretty much. So she wouldn't be able to do many athletic things. So instead she had a basic surgery, but she's just not able to wrestle because it's just far too dangerous. Yeah. King Corbin. I'm so glad he teamed up with Ziggler. Two wrestlers I really like put together. Ziggler is an underused talent. It pisses me. Ziggler should have gold on his waist most of the time. Should be treated like freaking Shawn Michaels was, allowed to have free run with his character. I don't care what anyone says. Fucking should. And yes, Sasha Banks. That's why I don't like Sasha Banks as a talent. I think she's boring. But that thing with Paige is a special reason why I do not like Sasha Banks. I think she shouldn't be given the credit she is. I think she's a dangerous worker. Too many people have been injured by her. She's a bitch. And yes, Owen was the ultimate botch in the end. Though I remember somebody said to me once, do you reckon if Mick Foley had fallen off that thing, he would have just bounced and got back up? Yeah, if he goes back to the Indies and carries on as Brody, it'll be freaking... I think if he does a few months of the Indies, gets the year broken into, and then pops up into freaking AEW, it would be perfect. I watched the highlights of AEW. Outside like Jericho, I like Jericho in there. I like Jungle Boy's okay. I really like Luchasaurus. I think he's a great... Luchasaurus versus Jericho is going to be a wicked match. But outside that, AEW just doesn't pull my attention massively. It started off great and it's kind of like diddled down now for me, so... But yeah. If Brody goes into AEW and they let him be himself, he's going to kill him in there. And then they have to make him solo. They cannot put him in a tag team. has to do his own thing of destruction. Yeah, missing Bray Wyatt. uh, well, Owen should have held on, shouldn't he? Oh, Sting's debut was awesome. It's just a shame what happened after that. His debut was awesome when he appeared and helped Randy Orton with the bat when he was being surrounded by the Authority. That was awesome. The rest of it, yeah, that's exactly it, Spider, for me. So I mean, this great wrestling, but Jericho comes out at the beginning of the show and cuts the promo, and I've got nothing else to watch after that. I'd rather turn over, watch NXT, and then go back and watch the main event with Jericho. I freaking love Bray Wyatt. He's such a genius. Yeah, that's why I'm so pumped. Is Bray's? It's the two sides. Is Bray gonna be fighting as himself and still destroy the Miz, or is he going to lose and it be like Bray Wyatt's the weak half and the Fiend is the overpowered half that compensates? And yeah, man, yeah, it is. AEW needs to have a hook. Now, their one hook they've got is Jericho, with a little bit of the bubbly. That's what I as well. Like Bray Wyatt when he attacked the Miz, that is showed then. He said, "Say cheese," and then he hit him with the Sister Abigail. He didn't go for the claw. They still kept the mandible claw as the Fiend's move. And yeah, I get the feeling that if they're going to do something with Daniel Bryan in this match, I think Bryan's going to come out with his hair changed, because obviously he ripped the hair out and that. But he's going to come out with like the Fiend face paint on or something. And yeah, Fucus, it's Bray is coming out, yeah, as Firefly Funhouse Bray. The Mr. Rogers thing. That's fair enough, can't imagine. I had loads of moments like that when I was a kid watching wrestling in the early hours. Some of it my dad didn't even know I was awake watching it because I wasn't supposed to be. Miz has got such cute kids. I give credit the fact they've tied this in. But this freaking house attack thing was something else. Just all the puppets in the bed of. And you tell that kid was genuinely freaked out. Biz almost tripped over. But you see, she's proper. That kid, poor thing. She's not acting. She's proper freaked out by that doll. She's proper like almost crying at it. Samoa Joe is currently injured, but because he's such a freaking talented voice, they put him on commentary, and he's killing it as a commentator. I just hope to God this is not the beginning of him doing a Taz on him. I came to play. And I hated The Miz when he had the mohawk. I liked The Miz the second he broke away from Morrison and became a solo competitor. When he went solo, he showed what he was really made of, and then I started realising, like, this guy is freaking talented. But that's the thing, like you're saying, his kid sold like a pro. She was like, but then they did the shoot thing, but then apparently it's still supposed to be Maurice's had a bit of a thing about the fact that They don't mind the family being involved in it, but she wants to limit what happens with their kids because Monroe Sky was actually freaked out. Which means part of that reaction was actually her being realistically freaked out by that doll, which I don't fucking blame her for. It's a creepy thing. And yeah, The Miz deserves one. I want to see by the end of next year, The Miz with either the Intercontinental or one of the top titles around his waist again. Yeah. Yeah, everyone thought with Morrison, The Miz just more charismatic. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. If CM Punk made a return to actual wrestling, then that'd be cool, but as a person, fuck CM Punk. It's just... You just fucking crybaby. I didn't get the main events. That, mate, you were being paid millions and you were in some of the main storylines and you still wasn't enough for you, so just kiss my ass. And yeah, The Miz does. I don't see him beating Brock Lesnar. So it's going to have to be somebody who would beat Brock Lesnar and The Miz would beat them and become the champion. I wouldn't want to see him take it off The Fiend. Oh yeah, Punk's massively overrated. It's just that he made a big impact with when he spoke out of freaking turn and stuff. But he's not as brilliant a wrestler as people seem to remember him. Like sometimes things are just better when people remember back on them. But yeah, I said The Fiend needs to keep the title for a long time. Want to see what his intro is then? I think I have something to do with the Firefly Funhouse, but oh, it's the Firefly Funhouse thing everywhere, but it says Bray Wyatt instead. Oh my god, that's so weird. He's just come out all like, oh yay, yeah. Oh my god, they've even done the Firefly stuff with all the writing. He's all smiling and dancing and that. That's brilliant. Oh my god, that's so good. He's so happy. Yeah. Oh, if he started doing the Muscle Man dance, he come out in the cardigan or the crisscross Mr. Rogers jumper to wrestle. Yeah, I still think they need to do something with him in the future with Bo Dallas. Even if he like pulls Bo Dallas into part of the Firefly Funhouse, or even if he had a match against him just to like get rid of it. Fucking Bray Wyatt posing for a selfie. But I like the fact with them doing this, they've actually validated them changing the WWE Championship to blue. So Bray's actually got a WWE Championship. He's cheering him. This is so good. It's so the freaking opposite of The Fiend. It's brilliant. And the match won't be under those freaking red lights. Oh, Miz is angry. He just keeps going back out so the crowd cheer him. Yeah, if he developed himself, could be as good as Bray. I think it's the thing as well, though, the fact that Bray is a freaking genius for wrestling, and I think obviously he's had the courage to step up and say, this is what I want to do. Bo Dallas didn't. His career, Bo just folded back and just became a jobsman. Yowie wowie. Oh my god, this is so fucking better than I thought it would be already. I was really looking forward to this, but I was a little worried that taking the Fiend part away, what would be left? Oh yeah, Miz is going to attack him like mad. He's just like, wait a minute, the Miz has gone for him. I think the Miz is going to get himself disqualified, actually. That way, Bray will remain undefeated. Title's definitely safe, but the Miz gets his way of like beating him. He's just kneed Bray in the face like 10 times, and Bray's like, wow. Yeah, because the DQ protects the whole thing. Miz is angry, Bray can't lose yet. It's like he's not even trying to fight the Miz. He's putting his hands up like, wait, 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 and things like that. He's biting the rope so Miz can't pull him away. Yeah, forget. I don't know, that non-title thing was a bit weird. It kind of, but I think the reason the logic behind it to me that they've made it non-title is it opens up the opportunity that the Miz could win. So if the Miz doesn't win, it's a bit more of a surprise that, oh, it's non-title. I presume the Miz would win with everything that's going on. Oh, and now Bray's gone into fight mode. They're still losing. Oh, sorry, God, my nose is itching the crap out of me. Not picking it, I promise. I don't know who's going to beat the Fiend first. Well, no, Bray Wyatt's the champion. As the Fiend and Bray Wyatt are both considered champion. That's why Bray's got his own title, that blue WWE title. When he came out, they announced him as the Universal Champion. That was the WWE Champion. Oh. No, yeah. Bray the Sonny went into angry mode. It's a shame there's so much like face paint and stuff, because if he did it with just the mask, one thing I'd love to see in this match perhaps would be Bray's just smiling as he slams his face on the floor. He's just laughing at the pain. He just say he's like that to feel pain. But so, yeah, if he had somewhere like he rolled under the ring or something like that. Or if they did like he slid under the ring. Oh my God, I've just seen the skull on Bray's hand for the first time properly. That's freaking awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much summed up Spider. He's pulling his fingers back and Bray's laughing. He's shouting to him, do it. You know. He's trying to teach him. Yeah, man. But yeah, if he like disappeared under the ring or something. Oh. Okay, so Bray's arm's been pulled out of the socket and he's using the barrier to pop it back in. Frickin' hell. He really does play the character right. He's so fucking perfect on it. Well, I'd see him like disappear under the ring or something, and then if all the lights went red or something like that, and he came back out with the mask on as the Fiend and just destroyed the Miz, that would be a perfect way to finish this match for me. So Bray's just such a freaking. If he literally carries on his career the way he's going with the mentality he's got behind building characters and that, he's going to be an absolute legend. Like 10 years time, he'll be up there as one of the best of all time. He's got the talent. He's even got the wrestling ability. His wrestling skills are brilliant when he's allowed to use them. But he's just so freaking smart. He's also doing something right because they're letting him build the character. Ooh. I don't think you should have taken that break. See? Oh. Yeah, Catgun, I'm gonna do a live stream to raise $6.5 grand and then buy one. Oh, that was well cool. He pulled the Miz out so he was balanced against the apron and that, and did a Sister Abigail to him whilst his legs were still up in the air. He just lay on his side like smiling at him. Yeah, I can see Bray Wyatt being the sort of... He's already helped some of the younger NXT guys and that. He's already explaining to them apparently what he did to get Vince's attention and that. Like, how to communicate with the office. So I reckon he'll finish his career and go into a backstage role and he'll develop new talent. I hope. No, I was going to say, you can't have 2 count-outs on pay-per-view. For God's sake. It's not 2015. Sister Abigail. Ah, he'll kick out. Oh no. Well. Getting out, okay, wasn't it? That was sudden. A bit anticlimactic, but at the same time, that actually made a lot of sense. The Miz rushed in to try and get back into it, and he just got hit with a Sister Abigail. And we also get the full version of the Firefly Funhouse song. Oh, angry Bray. Ah. Old Bray Wyatt. On his knees with his arms out like he did with the Wyatt family. What? Okay, now the Fiend's on the screen. Okay, so now... and then the big Fiend mallet comes out. Oh, this is so trippy. Who was saying about Fiend versus Fiend? This is what I said before, my theory with Bray Wyatt, that the Fiend to him is a voice in his head. And he doesn't fully realise that the Fiend is somebody else, that is himself. He sees the Fiend as somebody else, like a split personality issue. That's why he's just looked at the Fiend and thinks the Fiend's talking to him. This is so fucked up, but it's so good. Yowie, wowie. And everyone's chanting, let him in. Squash his head. What? Okay, now they're doing the Fiend intro thing and Bray Wyatt's like flipping out with joy. Is this gonna... I'm sorry, if they do this with Daniel Bryan, they're going to do the Fiend like a Joker thing where he influenced other people. Daniel Bryan. He's cut his beard as well. It's old Daniel Bryan. The hair's gone. The beard's gone. I imagine the hair. Fucking hell, it is. It's literally NXT Daniel Bryan. What? That looks so weird. You can see how much older he is now. Oh, it's 2011, 2013 Daniel Bryan. Yes, 2012 Daniel Bryan Spider. Ah, this is so weird. This sort of they're literally doing the whole like even what he's wearing, they're rebuilding him from what he used to be. So starting from scratch. The hoodie and the jeans, that's what he wore back then as well. Oh, it's just so brilliantly done, but so weird. Now you can start doing the yes move. I bet Brie absolutely flipped out with joy with him cutting the beard off and shaving his hair, because that's what she wanted him to do for ages. What's with people not being able to hold limbs tonight? Oh, stomp. Bray's just like, do it. Yeah, I'm guessing that's what it's supposed to be. The Fiend changed him back. The Fiend said, well, no, it's like the Fiend attacked him, but Bray Wyatt said that the Fiend would help him remember who he really was, because he was damaged. He was conflicted and he was broken, and he was going to fix him because he knew what it meant to be damaged and broken and need help. And so I think that's literally what he's done. He's turned it back to the old Daniel Bryan by fixing him because he's become broken along the way. This is like the best bit of storytelling WWE's done in so long. I swear to God, now I'll flip if he pops back up and it's the Fiend. Oh no, blackout and gone. The proper Undertaker trick. See, he's got time now to disappear and changes into the Fiend. Oh, don't hit the title. Don't be a dick. Oh no, I thought he was going to hit the belt. I was going to say, you cock. He left his belt in the ring. Yeah. Oh, that was so weird. Leave it alone. I literally, even though it's storytelling, I hate people taking other people's belts. He wants that belt back. I say, if he gets to the top of the ramp and the lights go out, I'll just flip my crap. It's NXT Daniel Bryan. He was waiting for the Miz to come out and tell him that he sucks. They said, I don't relaunch Daniel Bryan. Yeah, man, I wasn't quite sure about the finish of the match, but they finished that off really well. Now I just want the Fiend to absolutely kill him. I just want the Fiend to destroy him in every way now. Yes, I'm one of those people. When everything's really happy and friendly, it's great, but I love seeing the bad guy just own them. What have we got left now? So we've got because they took a match out because of Braun Strowman being injured, which I'm really sad about because that was the match I was really looking forward to. Gosh, you got the women's tag team title match. Rusev versus Lashley, which I believe is next, because they're starting to show the cards for it. What the hell it could be? Because we're only like 2 hours into it. So probably they didn't announce half the card. Have a look, actually. Go have a look and see what's on. I don't know why Saturday night they put Saturday night into this. They tell. Even the official card itself. Also, we just had Bray and The Miz. Yeah, it's got the women's tag team match and Rusev and Bobby Lashley in a tables match. Unless the women's tag team title match is planned to take about 2 hours, or they've cut this pay-per-view down to like 3 hours. Which I don't mind because I like pay-per-views, but I've already said I think pay-per-views should be back down to 3 hours. Raw should be back down to 2 hours. They've tried to stretch it. It's just they've got so focused on this pushing NXT, pushing up against AEW, and this whole they want to book things at the last moment. And then obviously Strowman's match has been taken out of it. They have weakened it. But 3 hours, you can do a solid 3 hour show and put loads of content in it. I really don't know. I want to see Rusev kick Bobby Lashley out. I don't like Lashley. I love Rusev. But this whole storyline is just awful. It's just... You know, it's just... The almighty. It's like the almighty disappointment. But yeah, I would give that actually Spider. To be fair, I've actually been really impressed with how well the match. I'm hoping this is a sign that they're starting to figure out that you don't need to have a lot of matches with quick flaps and that in them. You can have less matches with more content that have more time. Exactly. Rusev should just be pushed in. To get this storyline done with and have him as a breakout star. Get some gold on him. Gotta say, give him to freaking Rey Mysterio. Let him rip Rey Mysterio's head off. Take the US title like he had before and let him have a run with it. For God's sake. Ruski Mashka. Rusev Crush. I'm just worried about this match, like I said. Because Rusev is such a talent. And I've never seen a Bobby Lashley match that I've been, oh, this is really good. But then, I'm hoping Rusev's a good enough talent that he'll bring that out of him. Man, I'm not being freaking funny. Bobby Lashley fought... Bobby Lashley fought AJ Styles in TNA. I saw 2 matches they had, and he couldn't make him look good. It just made AJ Styles look like he was wrestling himself. And yeah, but they freaking... I'm glad now they are starting to push Rusev Day in. They're making him like promote the idea of Rusev Day. I think the first time the issue they had with Rusev Day was they didn't create it. Vince hates stuff that he didn't create himself because he's an idiot. Rusev Day was a natural creation of his own hard work. I think Sony needs to tell Alana as well as of late that she wears so much freaking makeup it looks terrible. I know it's supposed to be part of the point, but she just looks stupid. Yeah, I could see how that would have helped him. Lashley's problem is they tried to go, he's an all-American collegiate wrestler. He's done this, he's done that. Lashley's thing coming in should have been, he just killed people. He should have just been the sort of like Brock Lesnar did. He come in, picked up a few like people, like smaller ones, like a crush match, and then he just came in, smashed them into the ground, threw them through tables. They should have let him keep the Dominator. I don't know what. Well, not that he freaking. He did a Dominator, then he stopped using it. And he said in an interview because he didn't think it looked very good. He didn't like it. Like, Dominator was an awesome move. Farouk made it last for 28 years. So should have stuck with it rather than that freaking bloody thing that he does where he just drops from his shoulder. Yeah, you can see that push. He's got Rusev Day written on his trunks this time. Oh no, Lashley looks like Lesnar, and he's got a lot of the same background, but I don't think Lashley has the talent Lesnar has. They're both really powerful and can throw people around, but Lesnar knows what he's doing. Lesnar can get on the floor and wrestle and mix martial arts style it and grip, and whereas Lashley can't. Oh, Rusev just punched the crap out of him. Yeah, but he could have kept the Dominator. He could have done his own version of the Dominator. Like, there was a wrestler called Rick Steinman. He was like Bobby Lashley, big muscly black bloke. He wrestled under a different name of Ring of Honor for a few years, but he did independent stuff, and he was on a show called, I think it's called Starline, something along that. But he used to do a Dominator, but he picked people up for the Dominator, and instead of throwing them straight down, he'd dive forwards as he did it, and it looked so nasty because the momentum of his body coming down, the whole ring would just explode with noise as he did it. If Lashley did something like that, he'd have something brilliant on his hands. But yeah, like Lashley does a lot of things that they're impressive strength wise, but they just don't look impressive. Like he's just done then. He's just done a carryover military slam, and that was his finisher once, and he's just done it as like a normal move. So it's like. Pfft. Then again, I can't help but feel like Bobby Lashley would do well having something like Batista, prime example. Batista changed his finisher to a sit-out powerbomb, and I think for the sit-out powerbomb for Batista was a great choice. It just looked nasty. When he picked them up for that powerbomb, and then when he held them for a second, then brought them down, you knew he was destroying the person he was against. Nice suplex on the apron. But yeah, something like that, or freaking. You know, it's like I'd like to see him do like a sort of tilt and whirl power slam, and get them on the side. You spin them up with your shoulders, and then you either sit out or you just slam them down. I would say freaking. I'd like to see him do a diving powerbomb with it, but Kane did that for a while, so I like to think that's his. But like, even like Kane had the choke slam, the tombstone, but even he knew to add something in now and again that was just defining. Oh, just me, it just bugs me. Oh yeah, there's quite a few that went with it. I think that was a mix. There's a good few where you saw Batista was like. I think more than he wasn't actually botching the move, he wasn't communicating it properly. That's one of the problems that a few people said about, like, sometimes he'd bring people up and just slam them straight down, and other times he'd bring them up and then hold on to them, but he wouldn't communicate to them what he was doing. So they'd get ready to either be sat there for a moment and sell the fact that they know it's coming, or get ready to impact take it, and he'd do it the other way around. And so they go to drop, and he wouldn't actually have started the move yet. And that was a big, like, you know, he had that one he tried doing to Triple H, and Triple H legitimately punched him in the eye because he didn't communicate to him what he was doing, and he punched him in the eye, slid off, and they called the change for the match in the ring, and the referee counted Triple H for the win. And Batista had a big kickoff. That was one of the things he originally said he was leaving for. And Triple H pulled him and said to him no. But he said to him, you tried to take the piss out of there with the way you were. You know, you didn't call it. Something very dangerous. You endangered my health because of it. He's like, so I made the choice in the ring that, you know, you weren't going to have the match because you were being an idiot and you were being dangerous. Fucking good on him for it. This part of wrestling, sometimes I rant, I rave, I get angry. Like, I have one particular woman's wrestler that really, 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 really makes me angry when she's in the ring. She hasn't been for a while, so I've been quite happy. So, again, because she's just so clumsy. Ooh, some nice dodges on the table here. Yeah. Yeah. Lashley got a bit too carried. Strowman got a bit too carried away and hit him with a strong knee, didn't he? So Lesnar gave him a legitimate punch to the head. But like they said when they interviewed Paul Heyman, freaking, he said, I remember him saying one of the things that shocked me: Lesnar let rip that punch full force, and Strowman just shook it off and carried on. He just nodded his head to say like, "All right, yeah, sorry." So freaking, because he he like hit him and he sent him like glazed for a few moments, didn't he? But then Heyman was saying he could still hear Strowman calling shots. Like a few moments later, he was still calling the next spot. So he was aware of what was going on. So most guys would have been just not completely fucking spark out by that. Nah, I know that feeling, Fukush. I end up like pausing the game now and again so I can just take a breather, and I pause it one too many times, I just fall asleep. And I wake up in the morning looking at the game screen like, what's going on? Oh, Bobby Lashley doesn't know how to put a table together. But yes, and just to say that the woman I'm referring to at the women's wrestling that I can't stand because of it is frickin' Nia Jax. That's just all the potential in the world, but she is so clumsy. It's hurt so many people. Just push him off into the bloody table. So that's just stupid move. Oh yeah. Like, not being funny, Cena's a tough guy, but freaking, he made the mistake. He caught Strowman with Lesnar with a kick to the kidney, legitimately, that was really hard. And Lesnar thought that he'd done it on purpose. You know, Cena claims that he didn't. It was an accident, but he thought he'd done it on purpose because Cena was getting a bit pissed that Lesnar kept cutting him off. And Lesnar fucking whacked him one, and Jesus Christ, he hit him. Cena's on bloody cloud. You know, he's just literally like for about 5 minutes, he's just can't figure himself out. The referee's literally having to tell Cena what the next spot is, so he knows what to do next. And yeah, fool, because I'm starting to get signs out. Freaking remember my kids. My dad used to go like that, and they'd be like, "You changed your TV," and he'd be like, "I was watching that." So your eyes are shut and you were snoring. But I'm starting to freaking do it now. My kids, not quite snoring and falling asleep, but my eyes are shut. And yeah, freaking. And I'll be listening to something, and then I'll hear someone change the TV, and I'll feel a bit like, "Oi!" It's like I'm not looking at it, but I'm still listening. Yeah, she does need to be in special shape. The fuck, Russo's carrying a barrier. He's literally physically picked up one of the crowd barriers and is walking to the ring with it to hit him with it. Well, I have to admit, that's a new one on me. I'm going to hit you with the with the crowd barrier. This is not going to be nice if he drops him on it. That's a proper metal barrier. It's not designed for wrestling. It's just designed to be a barrier. Oh, Rusev's going through it. That's not designed for that. That had to hurt. Even if it's hollowed out stuff, that's still solid. If it's a no DQ match, just make your life easy. If it's the bloke that your ex has cheated on you with, just go down with a shotgun. There you go. Shotgun, pin him, easy win. Yeah, you're right, Spider. Bloody out. Oh, I love Jerry Lawler. That's not murder no DQ match. He signed on for the fight. You didn't break the rules. It's not murder. Yeah, yeah. Rusev's just like, screw you. Yeah, Jerry Lawler just said that's the thing with marriage. First comes the engagement ring, then comes the wedding ring, and then comes the suffering. Oh, I love him. Those kendo sticks are a lot more noise than they are impact compared to some things, but you see the welts they end up with on the back. Oh, Jesus Christ, his back looks like a right mess. That kendo stick is just freaking pure savage. Especially a bloke's freaking strong. I mean, you know, Lashley's bloody strong. There's no arguing that. Bloke as strong as that swinging at you properly. No wonder it's leaving such marks. So Rusev keeps putting on Lana. Oh, that mark on his arm and his back is so horrible. I've been whacked by him before with drama stuff, so that's how I know they freaking hurt. But you see Spider, that mark he's got on his, like, just under his right shoulder. That's it. Some marks back on him. So you can see Rusev has a much better idea than Lashley does of how to use that in the ring. He's hitting him with it, but he's pulling those shots perfectly. Lashley was just hitting him with it. Yeah. Oh, that freaking mark is making me skin crawl. That's it. He's just been done. It's because I hit him on the shoulder blade and it's cut him, that's why. Oh, for God's sake. Is he just spearing through the table with Lana on top? Oh. Oh, the table didn't break. Oh, he won, but that was brilliant. The spear didn't work. Oh, you suck so much. Oh, that was actually a decent match, considering that prick was in it. He still cocked up the finish. They're going to end up finishing this up in a cage match or something. Oh, that's a good match. It was a good finish, but he's such a slop. I don't know. I think it's freaking. They were in the wrong spot. They weren't close enough. But this is what I mean with Lashley. It seems like you've watched a lot of wrestlers in that position with spears and like Edge. If the spear wasn't right, he would like hit them with the spear, but lift them up and carry them to where they need to be. Lana on a pole match. I think the most interesting thing about that would be seeing how she's put on the pole. Street Profits. don't get what the deal is with these two. I think they suck. Yeah, Shark Cage. Yeah. Did you put her on a pole? She'll love it. Oh. Okay, so we got Reigns and Corbin having a backstage fight. What the hell else is fun? The other guys fighting with them. Oh, the New Day's back there as well. I was going to say then, who the hell's fighting? Buddy Murphy's back there fighting. Now Street Profits are just joining in. Terribly. It is. It literally looks like D'Lo Brown has taken a crap load of steroids and crack and found himself a random mate to join in with him, and they're just running around calling themselves the new name. Yes, the Street Profits do need to go back to NXT and freaking stay there. Do you know 8 hours of game footage gets turned into only a 14-minute video? Yeah, I can get that. Well, at least we don't have to listen to WWEshop.com all the time anymore. Yeah, you're right, focus at sharks. I was tempted. I need to buy myself a title at some point. I want a WWE title. I'll just go and win one, a real one. RKO. Oh my God, it's out of nowhere. Beast. So that's what once I got you boys in here, I'll ask. Let's do I use? I know, and it's like they're more affordable now than when we were kids. It's tempting. Let's see how much it freaking is. Let's go and have a look. WWE shop. Don't like that they always do that pay-per-views now. Buy a t-shirt and you get one for £1. That's pretty freaking good. 25% off titles. Official replicas. £385. If you want a proper replica of the Elite Series WWE title, it's £1,800. Deluxe replica $675. NXT replicas $300. The United Kingdom Championships $300. Black Intercontinental titles $360. Tag team titles are $180. Well, fucking should be. I wouldn't want that ugly piece of crap, to be completely honest. But fucking hell, yeah. You get an NWO sprayed WCW belt for $360. Right, I'll just be a moment, guys. Righty, righty. You know the difference when you go to the kitchen to see if there's something you can grab quickly to eat and you end up coming back with a beer. The over icy belt was freaking awesome. Oh, that sucks, Carrigan. I'd be well set with that. Smoking skull belt, yeah. Only 360 quid, mate. I think. No, it's Desperados. Not a cider drinker, man. Always been a beer drinker. So, Fizz OG, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining the stream. Now, you've been watching the pay-per-view yourself? We're just floating around online at the moment. Nah, man, the new IC title looks pretty nice. I will say though, the you know what the new IC title makes me think of? The second I saw it, there was one belt I instantly thought of, and that was the Ring of Honor World Championship. If you haven't seen the Ring of Honor World title, go and have a look at it and you'll see exactly what I mean. Ah, Fizz OG, you a new channel, my friend. Yeah, it's the Ring of Honor title, isn't it? I'll just have a quick look on your channel. If you guys haven't seen Fizz OG's channel yet, it's got a couple of videos up. Fortnite stuff, Snow Day event from before, and a Star Wars event, which I didn't get on. Damn it. Freaking work. Right. Silent. Have a quick look at your video, Fizz. Let's put some noise on it. You know what, Fizz? Oh, that's really cool. You've got some really clean recording there, man. I have dropped you a subscription to your channel. Yes, Fucus. That's the way to do it. Yeah, boys. Check out Fizz's channel. Or FizzX. But yeah, I've just dropped you a subscription, man. So I'll be watching out for this content that you were doing. Also, we're chilling with some wrestling tonight, but normally on this channel it's gaming live streams and videos and things like that, as you can probably tell by the Sonic jumper and all the game memorabilia behind. Like a weekly schedule and stuff. So if you see something that you'd like, feel free to hit the subscribe button and join us. It's always nice to have new people on, especially gamers. Like, I do online play at times as well, with inviting other people. So yeah, it's like we got a nice community here. Like, there's guys that are really late with me, freaking Fucus and Spider, like two really freaking good friends of mine. They're both streamers themselves, so I'll check out their content, dinner, do gaming stuff. So you'll probably find. And yes, they have WWE games. The Geek Squad. That is going to be the name for it, isn't it? The Geek Squad. Yeah, man, WWE game. Spider here, I don't know if you've seen this stuff before, actually does a YouTube Wrestling Federation series. The YTF. So yeah, he's yeah, what I said, yeah. Yeah, he's got some awesome stuff. Oh my God, Spider, did you see that? Kyrie came out. YTW, that's it. Sorry, mate. That's Cadigan saying about it earlier. That's it. Oh my god. She came out and she spun the umbrella and it turned inside out. Good job. And yeah, Fuka scored. Video Viking. Strong's all I do. Who's that? I just started at a new gym. A little play down there for tomorrow's my first day going back to training. The training program I'm actually looking at doing is actually called the Viking Workout for a start. I'm going into power training. So it's not going to be bodybuilding to shape my body now. I'm starting off for the first 2 years just going for size. So I'm just looking to get big and strong. But the guy's already said he's impressed actually at how much size I've already got. Might do a bit of wrestling again. Years ago I took part with a bit of it. I need to get back into get into the ring and do some proper fighting. Yeah, man. Video Viking Geek Box coming for Grumpy Dad's title. I'll tell you what, if I end up getting the title on that and I get the chance, I will actually record you an actual video, an actual promo video I will record here with my YouTube stuff that you can put on your channel to go with it if you want. I said when we did that charity wrestling thing back in my teens, I had to cut promos for that actually. So I do it with that, yeah. Oh, what did I use then? It was Dynamo. Freaking hell, can't believe it, yeah. Because we used that actual names in it, but obviously with my name being Nick Dempsey, it was used Dynamo instead. Can't picture his smooth voice come from that. That's fair enough. I'll try to think, yeah, we don't know what Grumps looks like, do we? I had to, and I was like 16, 17. Yeah, Fizz, that's one of the plans, man, that we're going to be doing next year. So I'm going to be doing collabs with these boys, because, like, you know, these are my YouTube brothers. I literally, like, dearly love. I've had some really crappy times. I almost gave up on YouTube. It's these are the guys that are a big reason why I stayed with it and carried on pushing. But yeah, I had to cut a proper promo, like freaking. Take the glasses off. That's a bit of practice now, but I did a proper. It was what did I took like a Randy Savage thing. What you do? Oh, that's great. Bret Hart. But yeah, I remember having to cut an actual proper promo where it was like, oh, what's the guy I was fighting? He was, I don't know what the hell he was called now. That's a really cheesy name. He was like the Buzz Cutter or something, and it was just like. I had to record this little thing for the match I had with him. And I was like, the buzz cutter's coming down to the end of the saw where the dynamo lands, because the dynamo is here, he's there, the dynamo is everywhere, and I'm coming for you, fool! And it was some really, like, cheesy stuff, but it was so much fun to do. I had to do one for, like, 3 of the matches I took part in. Brett would have seen it and just been like, okay, kid, what the fuck are you on about? What fucking belt? That's a bad drop. So I don't mean to be disrespectful, but this should not be the main event. It's the one match of the night that really... I'm watching it almost like out of the corner of my eyes. I'm chatting to you guys, and there's just nothing about it so far that's made me go, ooh, Like, Becky just caught her head a little weird on the ladder on the way down, but she blocked it. Apart from that. Oh, they're selling it so badly. Like, oh no, not the chair, not the chair. And then you just saw literally Asuka go, now. So Charlotte's put her hands up to protect her face from the chair shot. And yeah, I did a bit of wrestling when I did like, when I say amateur wrestling, I don't mean like American style amateur wrestling. A few of us, we played around, and then there was a wrestling school that opened up in town, like a low budget deal where they trained twice a week. And we actually, okay, fair enough. Asuka just like took the end of a chair leg to the face, pretty much. But yeah, so we did it in that. So we did some wrestling matches off that, and then we got invited to a charity thing a few towns over called Exeter, and we did a little wrestling tournament over a couple of weeks with that to raise money for it was testicular cancer, if I remember right. Yeah, because the tournament was called Balls to the Wall. And yeah, you're right, with wrestling's gotten way better, but I don't see what the deal is with Becky Lynch. I just don't. She made a good character and she made a good change, don't get me wrong, and I really respect the fact that she managed it, but I just don't think she's as good as people have made her out to be. Charlotte, on the other hand, I think Charlotte, when she's allowed to wrestle, Charlotte is good. I don't know why she's selling so badly and so far in this one. She's normally much better, unless she's got a bit of an injury she's protecting in some way. Oh, we just saw Asuka's spine, lovely. Ha! Okay, that was good. They picked her up in a double power one they've been doing lately and just launched them face first into the thing. It's just come up that you've got. Thank you, Fizz. Welcome to the Geekbox. I hope you'll find plenty of content here that you can enjoy. The body slams are a bitch. I took one wrong in one of the practice things and it hurt for like freaking days. I'm kind of chucking chairs at the ring. But yeah, you gotta learn freaking. As you go over, you gotta learn to relax your shoulders and let your arms come out, and then it lets you bump straight. They're chucking chairs at each other, and Kairi Sane just tripped over. And now she's gone under the ring. This is terrible. This is like Divas wrestling. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, Fucus. Charlotte, Asuka, and Zarya. they're freaking brilliant. Kairi Sane is allowed to wrestle. Kairi Sane should not be a tag team wrestler. That's what annoys me. The pirate gimmick works. She is a singles wrestler. She's got no business being in a freaking tag team, even with someone like Asuka. They were good in Japan because in Japan they're allowed to go absolutely mental. Well, Asuka's just gone there for a moment, but in WWE world it doesn't work. Oh, that's fair enough, Matt. Yeah. Yeah, it's like jiu-jitsu. You learn when you get thrown, don't you? You learn to sprawl your back to land as flat as possible. You see him setting up for a freaking. Just. There's Kairi laughing over his ass as getting punched in the face. Oh, why the hell wasn't The Miz and Bray Wyatt the main event? Even with it being a non-title match. She's got to bust it in. Probably. Bust a tit. But, oh. But yeah, freaking. I mean, I'm 5'9", so I'm like on the smaller side for wrestling. A lot of the guys in there were bigger than me, even for British wrestling. But it's like, luckily, like, I was able to maneuver quite fast, so. Spot you, yeah. And I've always generally naturally had a nice bit of strength to me, so I get that from my dad, so I kind of got away with a lot of stuff. And plus, when I got chatting to them, I think they realised that I actually had a lot of wrestling knowledge from growing up around it, so. It's funny, actually, because the finisher I had, that I chose, was the Dynamo effect. Imagine Jericho goes straight on with a code breaker and comes down on the knees. Mine was like sideways. It used to be running from the side, grab their head, and then come down with my knee raised so their face would bounce off my knee. As it they've proven this day and age that a height means almost nothing in wrestling anymore. Talent has taken over so much more now, it's great. The tying Becky to a ladder. So I think that's the thing I hate with Becky Lynch as well. Why would you make such a move about the fact that women have improved so much and they're so great, get to the top of the ladder and then start calling yourself the man? That's ridiculous. And yeah, I think that if I wrestled now, especially as I'm trying to like develop my strength and that, I think my wrestling style would have to be completely different. I'd want to be able to pick people up and slam them. Not just rely on kicks and knees. Plus, I wouldn't have the freaking. I had a very good cardiovascular training then from boxing and playing rugby. I don't have that sort of cardio thing now. Oh yeah, Balor, I think, is just one of those guys that just can't get big. He's strong as fuck. He just can't get big. It's just not in his gene pool. Is Fist still here? Have you shot off, bro? Yeah, well, Becky's just force-fed to you in spoons. They decided finally they wanted her to get over properly, so they just rammed her down your throat. Yeah, I think I just need to build up my cardio to freaking do wrestling training. Even if you're a big man, you have to have so much cardio. I remember the cardio, freaking, was like dribbling out my nose. You know, Becky's tied down on that right now. Charlotte's going kendo crazy. The way they should finish this, if they're going to have her tied down, is have another team. Like, I'll tell you what, actually, I was never a massive fan of them, but if the Iconics came down right now and beat the crap out of the Kabuki Warriors, I'd be happy. Or if they're really going to do it because Becky and Charlotte involved, this would be the chance to bring Ronda Rousey back. That's cool, Focus. And yeah, Spider, I never dealt with Taekwondo. Aikido is always my thing. Okay, let's throw Asuka into a load of random chair. See, look, you've taken Becky away. Now Charlotte's doing her thing. And now the freaking match is getting interested. Yeah, they've just said it. You're seeing some old Charlotte Flair. Well, but she's loosened the rope enough. Ah, well done, Catagun. How long you been doing it for? That's cool, Fugas. I'd love to get fit enough again and freaking do to wrestle or something again. It's just fun. A few years, that's cool. I've been doing it 16 years when I stopped. Oh. I'm doing it for 16 years and I trained 4 times a week. Freaking loved it. Couldn't get enough of it, that's the thing. Trained 4 times a week at the actual place, and I used to just practice katas and stuff at home. Little bit of the bubbly. Oh. I freaking really want to buy a bottle of that. I don't like champagne, I just want to own it because Jericho. That shows how sad I am and how well they've come up with that whole thing. Ooh, a little bit of the bubbly. I'll tell you what, Charlotte just chops people as much of a bitch as a fucking old man. I remember reaching the freaking top, getting to my... Once we went through the full thing of getting first Dan. Whole group of us went out and celebrated. Because 2 of us hit it in the same week. I mean, it was a very emotional affair. But like I said, it took me over 10 years of freaking practicing like a lunatic to get there. Further help with the Marines, we did our basic combat training and our first response combat. A lot of what they were saying about it was like, yeah, I actually understand that. And those guys stood around us just literally getting their ass kicked. Fresh as well, second. It's just freaking... Either YouTube is being funny with the numbers, or... I was going to say, or freaking the 6 people watching, apparently. And my PSN, I believe, if you put in... Oh, I was going to check. Because you got your name and you got your PSN account. If you put in the _ Geekbox, that was a nice spot. That was a proper table spot. But yeah, the _ yeah, no, I was just wondering, but I just checked. Oh, it says 5 now. But I just checked it, and apparently that's the actual number. There's my PlayStation app. There we go. For God's sake. I said PlayStation, so it's come with the menu. PlayStation. Thank you. Cancel. All commands. Go back. Talking to my PlayStation. Oh, for God's sake, I just said the word again. If we could go back. Yes, _ the Geekbox. You'll see it come up like that, my friend. Please feel free to add me. Oh, yep, I just got it. And I'm going to check the pay-per-view. And if it finishes, my man, I'll add you back. I'll have a look at what games you got in that, and then we'll get some games on. It's always nice to have new friends. New subscriber, new friend, hell yeah. So I was going to say, Fizz, where you were from then? Yeah, it was a bit of a botch. Kind of got used to it with Becky though. To be honest, sad as it is, I've just got used to her just screwing it up. Okay, we're over the 3-hour mark, so what the hell is going on this pay-per-view? Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be the last match. So, like, mega better happen at the end of this, or I'm going to be freaking annoyed. CT, that's in the States. Because we're over in Britain here. Wow, she elbow dropped 2 people on the table and it didn't break. You suck. Doesn't Kairi Sane's an amazing talent, but you suck. Oh, Charlotte rolled. I didn't actually see that. The camera work just kind of... It bent the table. You didn't break it. But no, Becky's not a good wrestler. She's just... Yeah, I know. Oh, that's cool. You're from Vince territory. Damn it. Well, that's cool, man. Yeah, I was going to say then, home of WWE. I just realised, Spider, you're a little bit ahead of me. On mine, it's just come up with the botched attempt at the spear. What's she do? Is it supposed to be a powerbomb? Is it supposed to be a final drop? It's a powerbomb. Wow, I think Charlotte's getting tired. She really struggled to get her up for that powerbomb. That's good. German. Bring out Brock Lesnar. German suplexes for everybody. We'll see. Why's she covering her in chairs? They're falling off her as she's moving, you idiot. Alright, Spider, cheers. Yeah, I just realised you put botched spear and I was looking, I was like, did I look away at the wrong time? And then she fucking did it like 30 seconds later. I was like, okay. Probably in Britain, we always get a delay on our stuff. It pisses me off. They're all so fucked. Yeah, you could see Charlotte was like, why the fuck did you not do it? But then she's screwed up that... Well, actually, I don't know if she did screw up that power. I think Kairi Sane screwed that up. Because she got her to the pivot position perfect. And then she struggled that last bit. That's the bit where Kairi should be pulling herself up with her core muscles. Ha! They can't use the ladder because they tied it in rope. Ah, you suck. That's it. Get rid of the ropes that you put there earlier. I think they picked up the wrong ladder. Yeah. Yeah, it's that as if like she wasn't with the program. She should have flipped herself. Powerbomb works by you get them up to there and then they pull their core muscles and the two of you together use that momentum to get them upright. So this Kairi Sane running away. That was like the world's most weak ass chair shot ever. I was like watching Spike Dudley use a steel chair. Have a chair. Oh my god. Well, this match was certainly given the comedy value. Becky's doing it now. Yeah, it is freaking. It is like Cena boxing. I've got what the fuck? Oh my god, what was that Becky missed with the chair? This is why I don't like there being long women's wrestling match. I know I'm not supposed to say it, but their cardio is not up to scratch. They're all so tired now that they're just sucking. Which is why you need to have the wrestlers that are really their cardio is right up there. Because they're all so tired. Yes, it is like Cena though. He's like suplex. No, you can't. You just there we go. Find your spot. Super bomb. But at least that was kind of cool. Powerbomb off the top rope to the outside through a table. Oh shit, her head. That was a legitimate freaking head bang. Oh, that's not nice. I thought she was just selling it at first, but that was a legitimate freaking head bump. Oh, I don't like those. Concussions are too evil a thing. Sucking eggs like a live. Chin tucking. Well, this Kabuki warrior. No chin hacking. I'm just going to go and get my other freaking beer. Ugh. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. No. Ah! They use the rope. That's clever. I like that. Yeah. Now they're being whipped like a government mule. That was clever. The rope that was still attached from earlier, they used to pull the ladder over from outside the ring to stop her climbing. Right, I've got it. Yeah, she's got it. Boosh. So they should. I'm going to say Charlotte and Becky got no business having the titles. They've done too many of these. Oh, they're champions, but they can't get along. Fucking crap. Now, have something cool. Oh, fucking hell. This fight with Corbin and still spinning out. Okay, it's done. Reigns lost. Get over it. Oh, fucking second use of the guardrail being used. They can't just have a pay-per-view, can they, where Roman comes out on the bottom and loses and that's it. He always has to do some crap to get revenge. He speared him off the stage and knocked over a load of people. Still doesn't change the fact that Roman sucks. There was just no need for that. I know. It's just they're just constantly obsessed with trying to fucking put him over. It's just piss off. You just literally have just insulted and disrespected every single freaking thing that they've just done in that match by putting the focus on that instead. What absolute fucking piss take. But apart from that last match being a bit questionable, yeah, we'll go with questionable. I think that was a good pay-per-view. The matches were really good. Apart from the end being a little lackluster, the Bray Wyatt match was really good. The finisher was just a bit, but the actual having the Fiend on the screen and Bray reacting to him and everything, that was definitely a good touch. Yeah, I would. I'd say main event was wrong. The main event should have been middle of the card. That should have been the floater match to get people through if they were starting to lag a little bit. I think that was supposed to be a 3-hour pay-per-view and they went over. Pretty much, because... Or they kicked that pay-per-view off a little earlier, but the match they had before... Yeah, the match they had before was shown as a pre-show match. So no, that was the whole pay-per-view. It was good. I'd say my favourite match of the night was probably, weirdly enough, Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy. That was a freaking clinic. And actually, that style of wrestling. Least favourite match, probably the last one, women's match. Decent match, but it didn't hold up against the others. I mean, the Reigns and Corbin match was a bit, apart from some highlights and that in it, but the ending with Ziggler coming in the way he did and all that made it so much better. It was worth it. But yeah, freaking yeah. I really hope we see more Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy. I hope we see it as a feud that becomes something bigger. Because they both deserve it. Not an Aleister Black fan, but he was great in that match. I think Buddy Murphy was better. I think they need to have a rematch where Buddy Murphy wins. Because Buddy Murphy's just awesome. Yeah, I love Buddy Murphy. Yeah, New Day and Revival was actually a really good match. Yeah, I shouldn't sell that short. It's the first match. It's as furthest away in my memory, sorry. The time's 3:16 here. Yeah, New Day and Revival. Yeah, we've seen that match a few times, but it was a good match. The TLC rules gave it a good twist. I like the fact that there was not really any bullshit in between. No interviews that took stupidly long and any crap like no video packages that took far too long to freaking do and stuff like that. I think the highlight for the entire pay-per-view for me was the return of 2012 Daniel Bryan. I'm not a massive Daniel Bryan fan, but I do like it. But they did that really, really well. I think, yeah, that was definitely something that was worth the whole thing for. Ugh. Debating what to do now. It's 3:15 in the morning, so logically I should go to bed. But I've still got this beer to finish. And I am in the mood to play a game. Whether I stream a game, I don't know. Thinking you guys probably be going to bed soon. I could do a bit of COD. I would say Yakuza, but it blocks the cutscene on the PlayStation, which sucks. Me? No, I have a few days off. I I generally, if I know there's a pay-per-view on, if we have the freedom, I do generally try and get my manager to let me have either the following day off or put me on the late shift, so I can stay up, play a game, watch a pay-per-view, chill a bit afterwards, and then go to bed. My kids have school in the morning, and when they go to school, I can go back to bed for a bit. Or I'll stay up and I'll work on some videos that I've got planned for the channel. I've actually picked up a calendar the other day for planning my channel out, so Must be a holiday for you guys every month. Yeah, man. I've done a shift swap, so I'm not actually in for a few days. Because we've got this lad called Harry, who at work, who he works hard. He's a really good lad, actually. I really like him. Like, he's like 10 years younger than me, but I was the only supervisor in my job for a while, so I had a chat with the manager and basically said, like, you know, look, he's a hard worker. I think he'll make a good supervisor. I'll train him myself. And that's what I've done the last few weeks. I've trained him up. And our deputy manager trained him as well. He spent a lot of time with me. I've trained him up and they've just made him a supervisor. So now I've got another supervisor in my job, so I can actually like shift swap with him and we can work around each other to give each other more free time, etc. So like with this, yeah, he's working tomorrow. I've got tomorrow off now instead. So it's worked out quite well. So it's going to make it. It's going to take a little bit of pressure off as well to obviously be able to do my YouTube schedule and stuff like that as well. So I'll be free with it. And hello, Zakar Hussein. Sorry if I said that wrong. The Kabuki Warriors won, as they should. I'll reply to your comment. Good moment, man. Don't forget when you type it, it takes a few moments that it comes up on my screen. But yeah, man, yeah, they've won. They should. They're the tag team champions. They shouldn't be losing to two singles competitors being put together. That's just wrong. An established tag team should be just that. I'm glad you got the result you wanted, man. Yeah, it was a really good pay-per-view. If you get a chance to, I would say, give it a few hours or in the morning, depending on where you are. Pop on YouTube and put in TLC 2019 highlights, and there'll be people that have uploaded the highlight video for the whole pay-per-view, and then you can watch it through if you missed it. And so that's what I've done when I've not been able to catch it up. I watch the highlights so I can find out what's actually happened, but the pay-per-views themselves I watch on the network. Oh yeah, they've done those videos where they put like a minute clip on and stuff. I'll tell you what, actually, that Harry I just said about the supervisor, he's not watched wrestling for years. And he said like, oh, he's not really interested anymore, but he used to enjoy some of the stuff. And then I showed him Bray Wyatt and the Fiend stuff, and he's proper like, now he's like, yeah, I need to start watching the wrestling again, I think. He's like, they're doing stuff like that, I want to see what else they're doing. Which I love. So it just shows the power that the Fiend and Bray Wyatt has on wrestling now, to get people interested again. I mean, like that stuff he did with the Miz was brilliant. That was some proper like scare the like shit out of people stuff. But yeah, that was a freaking good pay-per-view overall, I'd say. It's nice that it's like WWE starting to get some traction again. But I tell you, the one thing I think I love the most out of this whole pay-per-view, outside of the quality of the match themselves, is they gave it time. Becky Lynch had two horns in his head. Hey? Two horns in her head. It's bad enough, yeah, she would have been Becky Two Belts again. But I really don't want to hear some people saying Becky Two Belts. It just sounds so awful. And that's why I got to get freaking Thingy's friend request, haven't I? I'm glad he gave me that reminder. I didn't like Becky having two belts to begin with. And him, I'm Becky Two Belts. It's like, shut up. Yeah, she was like, well, I'm Becky Two Belts. I was just like, you sound like an idiot. Yeah, man, definitely. Well, I'm hoping that pretty much everything that works Everything. So every time work allows, etc. Obviously, I'm going to be watching the pay-per-views. So also I'll be putting it up. So it'd be great for you guys to join me each time again. This was fun, man. It's like, because you're watching it as well, it's fun because it's like I'm not able to be there and watch it with you, but I was able to be here and live stream and watch it with you. And it's awesome because I don't really get a chance to like watch with people and that properly. So I'm really freaking glad that I've had the chance to tonight with you guys. But anyway, yeah, on that note, I'm going to end the stream myself, so I've only got a small amount of beer left to finish. And chill with a game or something for about half an hour, then I get myself off to bed. But obviously, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining. It was nice. Picked up a new subscriber for the Geek Squad tonight, so Geek Squad. That's got to be a new thing. The Vikings Geek Squad. Raise a beer. I'm gonna get a proper tankard so I can raise some mead. Yeah, man. Hey, you are still here, Fizz. Yep, I've just accepted your friend request on PlayStation so we can bash some games on that sometime. Thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, man. It's been awesome to meet you. I look forward to seeing you in the other streams and that and get to know you a bit, bro. You take care of yourself. And yeah, Fuka, Spider, as always. Love you, brothers. Thanks for staying with me and staying up and making... I know that's what's added to the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view was good, but watching it with you guys, like I said, you Focus, you Spider, catching the end of it with you Fizz, you guys joining me has just made it even better. So, thanks for watching. You know the old gimp, and I'll see you out there.